Hello everyone! In this video, I will show you how to sew a tote bag with a pocket. If you're interested in learning how to effortlessly add any pattern to your tote bag, stick around. You can find the pattern and 10 decorative patterns in the description. First, iron the two handles in half, with the wrong side facing inside. Then press 1 centimeter in on both sides. Turn the two sides of the handles together and sew 1 millimeter from the edge. Then turn it over and sew along the other edge 1 millimeter wide. Do this with both handles. Press 1 centimeter towards the wrong side of the pocket. Then turn it in again, 1 centimeter wide. Stitch the fold on the pocket 1 millimeter wide. Sew the two sides of the pocket with the right side facing to the right side. The folded edge starts 1 centimeter further than the other edge. Don't forget stitch at the start and end. Fold the main body of the bag in half with the right sides together, pin, and then sew the two edges. Overlock it or sew it with a zigzag stitch on the two edges of the pocket and the two edges of the tote bag. Press the top of the tote bag to the wrong side, 3 centimeter wide all the way around. Then fold it again. Make a mark 18 centimeter from both edges. The pocket will come between the 2 marks. But before that, don't forget to turn it back to the right side. If your material requires it, feel free to iron it a little to make it more beautiful. From the 2 marks, the handles will come towards the sides. Be careful not to twist it. On the other side, measure 18 centimeter in the same way, and pin the other handles. Sew the folded top of the tote bag. When you reach the pocket, be careful not to close that. fold the handles outwards, then sew around in the form of a small rectangle, and when you get back to the starting point, sew diagonally across to the other corner. Let's sew all 4. If you are making the smaller tote bag, just skip the next step. Open the bottom corners so that the seam is right in the middle. Use a tape measure to see where the corner is 10 cm wide. Adjust so that the seam is exactly halfway. Then pin it here and sew it. Overlock the corners. If it's easier for you, first cut it to seam allowances of 1 cm and then overlock it or sew it with a zigzag stitch. The tote bag is ready. You can sew the selected pattern on it. It's easier if you make it on the side where there is no pocket, so it won't get in the way. Align the pattern where you want to sew and pin it. If you are a beginner, it's more simpler if you make this step before everything, especially if you make the small tote bag. Just pay attention when you place the pattern. We will fold in 6 cm from the top edge. Add 2 threads to the upper thread, so the line of the pattern will be thicker. The drawings I attached are one-line drawings, so start sewing from where the line starts. Follow it all the way, and the pattern will emerge at the end. If there is a very sharp turn somewhere, feel free to raise the foot, adjust the direction, and continue sewing. In such a case, always make sure that the needle is down, so it cannot move. If you feel necessary, practice on a random fabric first. Backstitch at the end and carefully tear off the paper from it. Of course, you can make it with any pattern you choose, which I have attached, just a few samples. They mustn't be too complicated. I recommend such one-line draws, or if you want something else, choose embroidery instead. And there you go! Your tote bag is all set. Each stitch you've learned today adds a bit more magic to your sewing journey. I hope you enjoyed making this tote as much as I enjoyed guiding you. Share your finished bags with the #RikaSwing patterns on Instagram, and don't hesitate to ask any questions. Until next time, happy stitching!